Hi, this is Lee Garrett and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. This week we are continuing with our look at browsers by covering Safari for Mac. Now we've been waiting for macOS Monterey to ship before recording this, and whilst it's not quite there yet, the beta looks to be where it needs to be for us to record. Now recently we've covered Safari on iOS and iPad in depth, and there are of course going to be some crossovers, so whilst I'll be giving attention to everything that is appropriate, things like tab groups that I've covered in 2 other videos already, they're going to be skimmed across, and I'll point you to the relevant video should you need to have any more information on them. With that said, let's look at Safari on the Mac. Okay, now I did say that I was still working on the beta version of Monterey whilst we wait for a ship date, and that ship date should be coming this afternoon as I record as part of Apple's Unleashed announcement. So I'll just show you the build number for Safari so that you've got a reference point should there be any more changes. I'll come up to Safari here, then click About Safari. And the version number is there. It's 15.1 with a build number in brackets after it. Okay, let's close that. So this is the current Safari interface. And it has undergone a lot of changes over the beta process. So hopefully this is what you're going to see when you use it as well. I'm on the Start page at the moment, which is the default page for new Safari windows and tabs. I'll show you how to change that momentarily. But over here on the left, we can enable the sidebar by clicking here. And this sidebar contains our tab groups in a list. And these are the tab groups that were set up as I recorded show 1095, Safari on iPadOS and iOS. Below the tab groups, you can access your bookmarks and your reading list. And up here, you can create a new tab group from the sidebar. Okay, let's close that. The drop-down arrow next to the sidebar icon allows you to select a different tab group to view rather than the Start page here. And then next to that, you have the standard back and forward arrows to scroll through your browsing history for the tab that you're currently on. If you have any extensions active, and I will cover these, then these are shown just here. I have one for raindrop.io, we can see. And next to that, we can view the privacy report for the site that we're currently on. Of course, we're not on a proper site at the moment, so it's currently grayed out. The address bar is now known as the search bar, and that's here. And then to the right of that, we have the sharing button for sending the page to other applications. We can open a new tab with this plus button. And then we can view an overview of our tabs and tab groups with this 4 square button here. Down to the Start page itself, and the Start page is modular because it's built up of different sections that you can enable or disable as you like. Here we have sites and pages that I've marked as favorites, and then below that is a Safari reading list with links to items that are contained on there. And then finally at the bottom we have a link to a privacy report. Now there are some bits missing from this Start page, namely because this is a test screencasting account that hasn't been used very much. And we can see the ones that are missing by clicking on this button just down here, where we can enable and disable the different blocks that appear. So at the top, you can define whether this Start page is synced across all of your devices that are signed in with this iCloud account. Then below that, you can uncheck sections that you don't need. So frequently visited, for example, is missing because there aren't actually any sites that I've been to that much. Then favorites, reading lists, just uncheck them if you don't want to see them there. Then at the bottom, you can click and have a background image applied to the Start page. And scroll along here to select one of these predefined ones. Then at the far left, you can click the plus button to add your own from an image file, but I'm just going to uncheck this for now and click to close that window.
That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.